Susan Bradley here for CSO Online with one of the ways that I think is so important to keep your email clients clean and safe. And that's preventing malicious links in email. At the present time, Office 365 Advanced Threat Protection safe links and safe attachments are not in every single Office 365 option out there. If you want this option, you can actually add it later on to different subscriptions. You actually may have seen this already in action in the plain Outlook or Hotmail implementations. You've seen it before where you hover over somebody's email and instead of the actual URL, it's this huge long link. And what it's doing is it's actually going through a third-party, or Microsoft's, I should say, implementation of a scanning engine to make sure that those links are scanned before your end users click on it. Advanced Threat Protection is by default included in Office 365 Enterprise E5, Microsoft 365 Business, and the Microsoft 365 Enterprise. You can add this protection to other 365 plans for a minimal fee. So let's get started by setting up a sample policy. We're going to go to the security site and we're going to sign in with our admin account. In the left-hand side under Threat Management, we're going to choose Policy. As you can see over on the right-hand side, we have ATP Safe Attachments and Safe Links. And again, this is the extra scanning engine that pre-scans those links before they get into your users' inboxes. We're going to start with Safe Attachments first. And by default, we're going to turn on ATP for SharePoint, OneDrive, and Microsoft Teams. We can also specify separate new policies. Again, you can click on the plus button to start it, build a new policy. And again, if you want to check it with nearly everything in Office 365, if you want to do an auditing first, before you do an implementation of pure blocking, you can actually set it up to monitor before you actually enable it fully. As you can see, there's different options down here, and it warns you ahead of time that if you choose block, replace, or dynamic delivery options, and malware is detected in the attachment, the message will be quarantined and can only be released by an admin. Now we're going to talk about ATP Safe Links. And before you do the implementation on this, you actually might want to warn your end users of a little bit different behavior in their email. So when they get an email from somebody, when they hover over the link, you can see that it's got a redirect or it's going to rewrite that URL to scan through the scanning engine first. So especially if they forward this link on to anybody, it's going to give an additional link. You'll see in just a second. So this URL that has the rewrite attached to it, as you can see here, if you actually look at the actual link, if you would forward on to somebody else, you can see it's actually going through Microsoft's implementation of a scanning engine. That's what that Safe Links Protection Outlook.com is all about. And then to allow you, the admin, to track what email it went through, you can see it actually flags the user, the domain, and it has obviously a GUID access code on there, so you know exactly what email had that malicious attachment. So we're going to choose Safe Links and set it up. We're going to again set up a brand new policy, and this time we're going to say a new policy just to certain recipients. We're going to call it a name. And again, we can choose to monitor. We can choose do not track if we wanted to do that. I'm going to choose it to be on. You can also even say don't rewrite the URLs for certain URLs. Again, if that's a concern to people in the office, or if there's some reason that you cannot allow the rewrite, there's certain ways you can do it. Then you go down here and you pick either the recipient or a specific user in your domain or the entire domain. So we're going to pick the recipient, in this case, just for our test. And we're going to pick that user. We're going to add it, and we're going to save. If we wanted to make any exceptions, let's say we didn't want for certain emails, we could do that here too. And then we're going to save that policy. And finally, you can actually see it in action by going into the Security and Compliance Center report and actually seeing the email that it pulls up. It'll identify if it's found any malicious attachments and what's going on there. And there you have it. If you want to give additional protection to your end users, take a look at Advanced Threat Protection. Until next time, this is Susan Bradley.